Can we just have a conversation on why every year it feels like something's going to be different? Every year it feels like we have more talent. Every year it feels like there are players who are more talented. And I even talked about some of the talent that this team has on a bunch of players being ranked in the top 10 in their position. But there's been a couple of players lately. There's been a couple players, and we have the Madden ratings coming out. We have the ESPN top tens, and there's been a couple players, and one in particular by the name of Amon-Ra St. Brown, that are still not getting respect for some reason or another. And I don't understand it. So let's talk about Amon-Ra St. Brown. And I don't understand why this keeps happening to the Lions. I don't understand why somehow from the time the season ended in January till now, there was all this talk about how good St. Brown is, how good Hutchinson is. And then we start getting these lists that come out, and we start getting the Madden ratings that come out. And all of a sudden, they're back to being not even a middle tier player. How is that possible? I don't understand it. So let's read this, and then I'm going to give the argument for what's going on. All right. Amon-Ra St. Brown, and this is just some quick things. They go and talk about the tabs on the 16 receivers taken before him. Well, the Madden's ratings came out. He's an 84. I don't know if you're a Madden person, but basically, yes, it is a video game, but it is also the thing that everybody looks to on a scale of 1 to 99. Your best players are 99. Justin Jefferson, I believe, was the only 99 for wide receivers. And it basically allows us to look and be like, all right, this is where they're at on a scale of 1 to 100. 84. He's a B. Almost a B minus. Is Amon-Ra St. Brown a B to a B minus wide receiver? And it's not just that. When you look at actual lists, ESPN has been dropping their top 10 lists. All right. Most of it's on ESPN Plus. I don't have that. And these were created by taking survey results from NFL coaches, executives, scouts, and players, ranking the top 10 receivers. St. Brown wasn't on the top 10. I knew that would be a tough top 10 for him to make, but there were 6 honorable mentions, and he didn't touch that either. What's going on? All the dude has done is in his first 2 years gone for like 200 catches, over 2,000 yards, been consistent on a bad team, especially the back half of year 1. Like, he's been the best player on an offense, arguably, right? I mean, like, that's not a ridiculous argument. Like, he's been the best player on the 5th ranked offense in the National Football League. Number 16. All right. I get that. Garrett Wilson's ahead of him. Terry McLaurin's ahead of him. No, thank you. All right. Says it's likely that he's being victimized a little here for the kind of receiver that he is, being that slot guy, and the perception that it has. Who cares? Like, I don't understand that. He has the number 2 PFF grade in the National Football League for wide receivers. He's an 84. All right. He's not the only one. And on this article, I don't know exactly where it says it, but they talk about our boy Aiden Hutchinson. They talked about Aiden Hutchinson's rating in Madden as an 81. I have to confirm this. Like, I have to confirm if this is true, but if he is an 81, that puts him at the 51st overall ranked defensive edge. And it is true. I've confirmed it. He is the 50th or 51st overall defensive rated edge in Madden. 81. There are 32 teams in the NFL. That means there's 64 edge rushers or defensive ends, whatever you want to call them. Now, There's a little more than that because a lot of times they put some linebackers out as outside linebacker, but they're edge rushers, things like that. So let's say 64. So you're telling me he's in the back half of the second group of edge rushers. Great. Great. So you're telling me that there are 20 NFL teams that have two edge rushers, or 25 that have two edge rushers better than Aiden Hutchinson. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, the fact that he had 9.5 sacks, 3 interceptions, 50 tackles. Like, I'm just going off the top of my head here. Are you kidding me? And this actually bothers me. I'm going to nerd out here for a second. This bothers me because I can't wait for the new Madden release in August. So, like, I'm sitting here. I want to play Madden. I want to play Madden, and I want the Lions to be good enough. I want players to be good where I don't sit here and have to build them up and, and advance and advance and advance and get them better and better as time goes on. I want them to be as good as they actually are. St. Brown should be an 87 to an 89 minimum. Hutchinson should be an 85 minimum. They're good players. They are good players. Taylor Decker will probably come in here. He was almost on the ESPN top 10 list. He was one of the honorable mentions. He got votes, and he'll probably come in at Madden at like a 78 or something. Probably, like every single year that happens. And it's just, it doesn't make sense to me. Oh, he's an 83. Good. All right. So there's one area that the Lions are getting love is their offensive line. Frank Ragnow's an 88, Penei Sewell's an 86, and Taylor Decker's an 83. So their offensive line is finally going to show how good they are. All right. And Jahmyr Gibbs, they're rating as the third fastest running back. He's a 77 overall with a 94 speed attribute. So that's really good. There are some things there, but this isn't just a Madden thing. Here's where I'm at with this. If I'm the Detroit Lions, no, you're not going to use Madden ratings as a motivator, or maybe you are. Like, people tweet about this every single year. Like, why not? What is it going to take? There was national spotlight on the Lions to end the year last year. And by the time the year comes back around, by the time we're playing into next year, which it is now, and we're starting back into training camp, the disrespect is the exact same. Don't think that Detroit versus everybody is gone. It's not. Don't think that we're the media's darling right now. We're not. All right. We are still the Lions. There is still this doubt. There's still this belief that we're not actually as good as we are. And it's not just as a team, it's individuals and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's frustrating. Anyways, I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching the video. I understand some of you be like, I don't care about this video. Well, I do. So I wanted to do it. And hopefully a couple of other people do as well. But appreciate you listening to me ramble on for the last 8 minutes. And hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment. What should their ratings have been? All right. Talk to you in the next.